Hi everybody. I'm standing outside here of my Baltimore Spaces office building that I've been working out of for the past year. As many of you know, I started my own business after graduating from school, and I just recently announced that I'm moving to Austin, Texas in a week or so, and I figured this would be the perfect time for me to share with you some of the lessons I've learned over the past year of starting my business and running it. Before I graduated from school, I had felt stuck, feeling as though I needed to go into a job that I had no familiarity with, going to a company in who knows where, because that was the flow of the current. That was the norm and the standard for anybody that's in college. It's actually possible to make a living and to be able to move to where you want to go to in the world and take your time deciding on your true path later on in life while gaining this invaluable real life MBA where you're running your own business and trying to develop your passions and get that curiosity for learning. So in this video, I'm going to highlight some of the steps that I took to be able to monetize a curiosity that I had so that I can live the flexible lifestyle that I wanted to after school. So let's get started. So the reason that I started my company in Sizewell Edge Marketing when I graduated from college in the first place was that I felt stuck. I felt as though college graduation was kind of like a symbol for me of, okay, it's time to go out there and get a job and then grow in that job and then move up in the ladder and stay with this company for your career. But I didn't feel like that was a good fit for me, and I feel that many others agree, but they just don't know what to do. I had many people in my ears saying that getting a job was the safe decision, but luckily for me in my situation, I have a very supportive network around me. My mom allowed me to live at home for a year as I was building my company, and I feel that she saw that I had the drive to push myself to succeed with this endeavor that I was embarking on. Because of her support, I was able to do this. So with the asterisk that I had this year to build and come into my own. So step one is a genuine curiosity. It doesn't need to be a passion. It doesn't need to be something you decided you want to dedicate your life to. But for me, social media marketing was something that kind of fascinated me because I understand the power that social media has, and a lot of my friends and most people in the world today, a lot of their attention is centered on social media, on their Instagram, on their Facebook. So I figured, okay, so how can I take this knowledge and my marketing degree and kind of apply it in a business sense to say, who can I serve to get a business or a profile and put it in front of where I know the consumer is looking. So I know that my mom, who's a dentist, she's had a lot of issues in the past when it comes to connecting with people on social media, with her patients, with prospective patients. So I thought, why not have a curiosity to go out, educate myself on how to utilize Facebook advertising platform, the Instagram advertising platform, YouTube, Twitter, all of these great tools, and be able to serve my mom and her network of dentists whom I know are doing great work in the community to help serve the people around them as best as possible. I can monetize these services. And as I'm doing that, I can build my experience and I can then do the work from any place in the world because I can do my social media marketing from my laptop. I went in as a sponge and I absorbed as much information as possible, and I figured out where I could fill the gaps. So that's step number one, is being curious as possible and going in and filling the gaps. Speaking of curiosity, something that I didn't realize would ever happen to me was that this past year, perhaps more important than anything else, I've developed a love for reading. I've gone through different books like Stoic philosophy, ancient writings, modern self-help books, and what I found is that these different ideas have actually sparked fires within me. And when I'm feeling down and I find one of these new ideas, it manages to pick me back up again and keep me going. Another tool that I've learned from and utilized and really had to push myself outside of my comfort zone to do was to go into the local Baltimore community and go to different networking events where I would meet with strangers that were most of the time twice my age, and I would meet with them and talk about professional things. And Networking is an extremely important skill to develop because nobody has ever done anything great by themselves. So finding good sources for mentorship is absolutely crucial. I have added services to Incisal Edge Marketing through the wisdom of different mentors and just people that I've met. And I've gotten inspiration from these people that I never would have gotten otherwise. So networking and reading, both key. There's obviously a lot of great things that I experienced during my past year, but my greatest challenge when I've been starting my business has been absolute loneliness. I started working in my basement and I didn't see anybody for 3 months before I got my first office space. So effectively what I did was, when I graduated from school, I went from the most social part of my life to the least social part, like that, like a brick wall. So for me, that led to a very strong feeling of isolation, which as a natural extrovert, that wasn't something that I felt was beneficial to me. So the greatest adjustment I've had to make is trying to find that moderation where I can actually be social while also putting in as much work as I possibly can. Something else I've been trying to teach myself during this experience: I've never been great in school. I've never had a great work ethic. I felt that it was important for me to fully dive into this thing because I want to do something great with my life. And if I don't develop the work ethic, which may have been one of my weak points, then I'll never be able to do something great. So I really locked in, and that also led to that feeling of isolation. But again, nothing good can happen without some forms of challenges. So for an introvert, maybe the isolation isn't an issue, but the networking would be. So whoever you are, you're gonna have your challenges, especially when you have to do every single role within the company. When it comes to doing accounting, finance, it has to do with the marketing, you're doing the business development yourself, you're doing all forms of management, even if you're just a one-person operation. Challenges will come, and you'll be surprised at how resourceful of a person that you are, and I certainly surprised myself in that way. So at the end here, I just want to summarize and say to any college kid out there, anybody that feels as though the only path they can take is graduating from school and taking that job and putting their nose to the grindstone in every way, that's admirable. But I want you guys to know that you're not stuck in the job market. You can start something for yourself. You can go out there and be an entrepreneur with that curiosity. Develop that work ethic, go out and network, because it's possible. I'm a living, breathing testament of that. So with that being said, to anybody out there that's curious as to how they can possibly go about starting their own business, I am completely an open book for you. If you have any questions, comment on the comment section below. I'm always happy to help. Because the freedom that this lifestyle has allowed me to grow, to read, to network, I wouldn't change it for the world. And that being said, I couldn't have done this without my mom for housing me for this past year, to my dad for support, for my family, to my brother Connor, to everybody online and their positivity, just watching my journey and encouraging me. I could not have done this without my network of tight-knit people. And thank you so much for being patient with me, for supporting me, because none of this would be possible without you guys. And I could not be more grateful. And with that being said, on to the next chapter, Austin, Texas. Thanks, guys.